Okay, guys, you're here with Mr. Yi. I am going to start teaching my lessons like this from now on, and I hope that all of you enjoy it. Okay, so what we're going over right now is we're going over cell division. Okay, the first question we need to ask ourselves is why do cells divide? It's a pretty important question. So, why do cells divide? Okay, well, most cells divide to go ahead and replace dead cells, cells that have already done their function. So most cells divide to replace dead or old cells, okay? Because your body is going through cells all day long. You are killing cells in your stomach all day. Also, maybe, oops, I just slammed my hand there. I killed some cells. Cells are happening to die constantly, okay? So the next thing is, well, this process of cell division, how does it start? What is it all about? In order to do that, we need to understand the cell cycle, okay? The cell cycle. And let's make this one like A. Boop. Okay? Cell cycle is the cell's lifespan, right? Cell's life, okay? What do I mean when I say life? Well, I mean, a cell has a life. It's born, it dies, it goes through, can't exactly call it puberty, but it goes through different phases of its life. So, like, it goes from its birth to its development or growth, right? And finally to its death. Reproduction is all in there and some other things. The cell cycle is the cell's entire lifespan. Okay, so how do we understand the cell cycle? Well, it has three different parts, the cell cycle, okay? So if that's A, this is going to be number one, I guess, okay? The first part of the cell cycle is what we call interphase. Interphase is this part of the cell cycle that most of the time a cell spends its time in interphase. A cell always spends most of its lifetime in interphase, okay? During interphase, what actually happens is three things take place in interphase. So A, the cell grows. B, what else happens to a cell? Well, it copies its own DNA. It makes two copies of its own DNA. It does that so that the new cell, if it ever decides to divide, can have another copy of it. And C, the third thing that happens, is that it prepares to divide. It gets all of its little organelles ready to divide. Okay? To divide. Okay? Excellent. The next stage of the cell cycle is what we call mitosis. Um, so let's just go ahead and put number 2. We'll see how long we can get. I have a 5-minute limit here on this thing, so we'll see. So next one is mitosis. Mitosis is when the DNA that's copied is passed into two daughter cells. Okay? So let's just say mitosis. DNA is distributed. This is what the book says. Distributed into two new daughter cells. Okay? So that's like the two new cells that are produced. Oh no. Okay? And this has a lot of stages in it, and we're going to go over those in class. If you remember, irritating people make awesome tacos and churros. Irritating people make awesome toffee and crunch. But so make sure you watch the second video because we're going to finish up this whole thing there. So goodbye, guys. So I drag this thing up here, and then what do? I just end this thing? How does this work?